G'day folks, how you going? Thanks for watching. If you want to see how this can save you a couple of dollars in your fuel, then hang around and we'll find out. Now, a little before I went away on my last trip up to Mount Augustus, I was in the local car shop and I came across this can here and I wondered what it did. So I had a bit of a read on the back of it and thought, well, that sounds interesting. So I came home and I did a bit of research on the internet and found out apparently it's a real thing. So with fuel injected engines, the computer determines how much fuel it's got to spray into the engine to make it work. But it also needs to know how much air is going in so it can get that mixture correctly. So where your air box is, where your air filter is, there's a hose that connects this to the engine, and along that hose somewhere there is a sensor. In my case it's this thing here, it's got a wire attached to it, and how it works is this wire, the car heats it up to a certain temperature, which it knows what that temperature is, and then as you suck air through, it cools that wire down, and depending on how much that wire gets cooled down to how much fuel it gets put in, it sprays in. Now over time that wire gets coated with impurities and things that sort of basically become an insulator around that wire, so the wire doesn't cool down as much as it would normally. So it gets a false reading of how much fuel it needs to put in, so it puts in a little bit more fuel. So the idea of what this stuff is, you spray it on that sensor and clean that sensor up, and then it knows more accurately how much air is going through. Now I know you would think, being on this side of the filter, it should be clean air because that's what the filter's doing, but there's always sort of impurities that get sort of sucked through, just stuff that's in the air that sort of eventually gives that a bit of an insulating coating. So to get into this, you've got to undo this clamp that is connected to wherever your sensor is. You need to take this wire off of the sensor as well, which is sometimes easier said than done. There we go. So that's off. Take that clamp off, unclip your airbox, which in my case on here it's these clips, and they're all a little bit different from car to car. Take the airbox off and then you will see the sensor inside. Give that a good spray, leave it for about 15-20 minutes to make sure it completely dries out, and then stick it all back together again. Don't forget to attach your wire back onto it again, and then it should be all right to go. Now I have done this on 3 different cars before we went away. I did it on my car here, I did it on my Holden Cruise, which is a petrol, and I also did it on a Kia Sorento, which is also a petrol. Now the Sorento, the driver of that car, she said that she almost instantly discovered an improvement in the performance of the car, and the fuel economy certainly went up. She was going further on a tank of fuel. On all the cars I've noticed a difference. On that one there, I do about a litre less per 100 than what I used to do, and I don't know exactly what the difference is on here, but we certainly do go further on a tank of fuel than we used to. So in my opinion, this stuff actually works. Now it is important to make sure whatever you spray in here, it's only for airflow sensor cleaner. Don't use anything else. Don't use CRC because that will leave an oily film, which defeats the purpose. And don't use any other product. It must be an airflow sensor cleaner. So there's probably a lot of people that make this sort of stuff, so just make sure you get one for airflow sensor cleaner and give it a squirt, and you'll probably find an improvement in your fuel economy. Can only like that cost $20, so it's not that much, and depending on how dirty that sensor is to how much improvement you're going to find. That's it, just a real quick one again today. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. That always helps the channel. Until next time, happy travels.